division of the Western New York Hockey Association. So they're having a great season so far. The team is led by Nolan Olson, a junior assistant captain, 13 total points so far, 8 goals, 5 assists. Second leading scorer is Gabe Helwig with 2 goals, 7 assists, a total of 9 points, 7 assists leading the team in assists. And Cam Sackball, 6 goals, 2 assists for 8 points. So the three of them are really leading the way for scoring. Ryan Siri also has 6 points. Nate Syracuse, Brandon Bouguet all have 6 points as well. So we have a younger team this year, but so far so good. The team is led by senior captain Micah Davis. Cam Sackball also assistant captain along with Nolan Olson. A couple other changes this year. We have a new head coach, Steve Olson. Steve Olson's been in the program as long as I've been around, a good 10, 12 years, coaching, volunteering, helping out. He's taking over the Varsity program, which is an excellent choice. He's done an excellent job so far. We also have a new director of high school hockey this year. Taking over for Mark Taylor is Mr. Brian Crawford, who is also one of the assistant coaches that you will see along with Mike Mead and Coach Nowicki on the sidelines. So we're rounding out the warm-ups here. There's 30 seconds or less so on. There'll be a sportsmanship. There will be the pre-game handshake, and then we'll get you underway.
So last time these two teams played, we had Dunkirk Fredonia Steelers winning 6-1. St. Joe's, that was November 27th. St. Joe's making it a little closer this time, hoping to.
Yeah, and the St. Joe's, if you look at their record, Simon, they actually only have a couple league losses. We didn't print that out, but I was looking at forward game. So a 6-1 game was a little uncharacteristic of them of what we saw against other opponents. But if you look across the board, I mean, you had the one hiccup, a 2-2 tie against a Lancaster team for Fredonia, but 6 days later they beat that same team 7-4. So Fredonia really has dominated so far, Dunkirk Fredonia, so far on the ice this season. Starting goaltender tonight and every night so far is also a senior, number 18, Zach Waterman. He'll lead the way in that. His stats so far this year are 4 wins, 1 tie, 13 goals against in 5 games with a goals against average of 3.06. So pretty solid season for the senior Zach Waterman, who took over as the primary goaltender about a third of the way into the season last year as a junior.
And for the St. Joe's Marauders, we have seen 3 different goalies play. So, and it looks like number 31, Matteo Mancini, will be starting tonight, who has the most starts. He has 4, and he is undefeated, 4-0. So he'll be looking to keep that going.
Yeah, absolutely. And if those 4 games, he's only given up 4 goals with a 1.18 goals against average. So I don't remember for sure if it was Unger or Ricotta who started against the first game against the Steelers, but they're putting out their primary number 1 goaltender tonight against the division-leading Steelers to hope to get them in the L column. So that'll be interesting to watch. And it'll be hard. So what's it like to, after not playing a game really in almost 3 weeks as a former hockey player yourself, what's that like?
You know, it definitely can be difficult. You know, gotta check the blades, gotta check the gear. A little stiff out there, but once you get going, you get the blood pumping a little bit, it all goes away. You get back to what you've been doing the whole year.
What about stamina after that? I mean, you're obviously, it's really hard to be in a game shape after almost 3 weeks. You have some practices, but not even that many then, because you had some practices canceled too due to the holidays.
Right, absolutely. Stamina is definitely can be a big factor, and we'll look to see how it has any effect on this game.
So here we go, starting for the Steelers. Taking the face-off is senior Cam Sackball, along with Nolan Olson and fresher Brian Crawford. On defense is Connor Nowicki and senior captain Micah Davis. Nowicki gets it on the face-off and dumps it in. Olson comes up with it. Center out, gets it back behind. Sackball tries to give it back to Olson, but it's back on Sackball's stick now. gets it over to Crawford in the corner. Back to point, Nowicki takes a long shot, nowhere near, but Sackball comes up with it behind the net once again. Spinning with the puck, tries to leave it for Olsen. Olsen battling for it now. Can't come quite up with it, but Sackball gets it back and chips it over to Crawford in the corner. And St. Joe's is going to be able to clear the ice. Olsen tries to get a check on into Nowicki, stick right back out to Crawford. 2-on-2 opportunity here. Olsen can't get the shot off, but dumps it deep to Sackball and heads off for his change. Sackball tries to get out in front to Crawford, tries centering pass. No one's there, and St. Joe's is going to bring it back out of the zone. Big hit by junior Nate Syracuse. And Jacob Micah has the puck in his own net now. And gets it out of the zone, and that'll let Crawford to get off the ice. Sackball's still out there. Syracuse on, Gabe Helwig on, the leading assist scorer, and Sackball's going off for a change. St. Joe's brings it up, but that pass is intercepted by Bouguet, just coming off the bench. Ryan Seary chips it up to Syracuse, who gets it in the zone, but can't get there first to St. Joe's. No, Helwig's able to keep that in, at least temporarily. Bouguet's back behind the net trying to come up with it. Now Syracuse has it. Spins behind the net, looking to get to somebody. Still holding on the puck. Still has it, drops it to Bouguet. Bouguet gets it back out to Micah at the point. Point takes a long shot, and it's going to be tipped in by Nate Syracuse. No goal. Oh.
Able to fall on that one.
Oh, wow. And look where that puck ended up. Point takes a long shot, and it's going to be tipped in by Nate Syracuse. No goal. Oh.
Able to fall on that one.
Oh, wow. And look where that... Joe's, help me outside with his name again.
Matteo Mancini.
Mancini came up with his first big save. It's really, I think, our first shot on net. Ivan gets the face-off, takes a long shot. Syracuse and Bouguet's battling behind the boards. Bouguet has it, gets out front to Helwig, and his shot is wide. Syracuse comes up with it. Leaves it for Helwig. Helwig tries to dump it down below the net to Bouguet. Racing effort. Davis pinches it in and holds it in at least temporarily. Now it comes all the way back. Ivan covering for him. And the Steelers had to tag back up, but it's going to be an icing call because the Steelers couldn't touch it. So it'll come all the way back down in the Steeler end with 14:30 here in the first period. A lot of pressure by the Steelers so far, Simon.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're Steelers as a 6-1 way through last time, you definitely try to put them away quick. You get a few quick goals here. You can see some teams quit or start to give up a little bit. So
yeah, you want to get that early lead. That's a great point. Okay, face-off is won by St. Joe's. Dump behind the net. Ivet is battling there. St. Joe still has it. Dumps it behind it. Ivet breaks up that pass, but can't get it out. Long shot here, and Waterman comes up with it. And is going to hang on for his first save tonight. So not a lot of shots so far, but the goaltenders are equal to the task.
Good job as well by Zach Waterman giving up 0 rebound there.
Yeah, and that's definitely key. The sloppy pucks in front of the net. You get an ugly goal early for St. Joe's, you start to think you can win. Another long shot is deflected high. Crawford comes up with it, looking for someone to get it out to, and he does, but the pass is intercepted all the way back in St. Joe's end. St. Joe's dumps it right back in on Jacob Micah's stick. He's not able to get it out. Here's St. Joe's again, another shot in goal here early on. I think that might have been 63. Able to get it out of St. Joe's. We'll get some. Here's St. Joe's again, another shot in goal here early on. I think that might have been 6. I don't even see a 63 on the roster. But we will get some official scoring that. But either way, nonetheless, St. Joe's got exactly what they wanted, an early lead here with 13:48 in the first period. Siri has it right around his own blue line. Backhand pass up to Bouguet at center, but he can't get away. And St. Joe's coming right back the other way, dumps it in. Siri's back chasing it. Has the puck, tips it up to the point. Helwig tips it to Syracuse. Syracuse able to get it out, but can't get away. It's back on Ryan Siri. Now Syracuse stick again. Drops it to Siri, gets it up to Bouguet, who's going to get it in. and dump it behind the net to Syracuse. Syracuse Begay kind of fight a little bit for the puck there, and let's see if St. Joe's is able to keep that in. Or get it out. They cannot. Syracuse has it. Coming back all the way to the point with Ryan Seary, who's going to dump it into the corner. Bugay chasing after that, but he can't get there. And the puck comes all the way back to center ice to Seary. Nice move, brings it in across the blue line. Can't get a shot off, but still has the puck. Long shot there, wide of the net, and Halewig hustles over and fires it back into the zone. Syracuse now has it behind the net. Still has it, battling here. Halewig and Bugay with him. Syracuse does a spin move there. And
Yeah, penalty against Marauders.
Yeah, you got to think you
into
just
the
saw
bench.
that. It looked like Gabe Heldwig's stick just went flying there, staying in front of the net. And they're calling, looks like an interference. Is that the right signal there?
I believe so.
So our first power play of the evening, and that'll be in favor of the Steelers. Let's see.
Number 50.
Number 50, that's Thomas Matagamore. It's an interesting name there. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that right.
Appears to be his first penalty of the year.
And the first power play, see, we have Ivan Nowicki at the defense, and they win the faceoff, and it comes out of the zone. Ivan dumps it to Nowicki, who gets it up to Sackpaul, Olsen, and Waterman on this power play, or that's Ryan Waterman. Sackpaul has it, brings it across the line. The spin move gets by a guy, but another big save by St. Joe's goaltender there. Steelers control, gets it back to Nowicki at the point. Long shot deflected. Another save there by St. Joe's goaltender. That shot is high. Shots. Olsen has it behind the net. Olsen still spinning with it. Long shot there, another save. Puck still loose right behind the net. Ryan Waterman bad for it. Can't come up with it. Can Ivet keep it in? Yes, the sophomore does. Gets it over to Nowicki. And another save by Mancini. He's doing a nice job for St. Joe's so far tonight.
Good to see Steelers using their points a little bit on that power play. You set them defenders down, give it back up to the point for a nice shot. Look for a nice rebound.
Yeah, absolutely. And they don't have the penalty up on the clock here, so we can't see how long is left on it. But Crawford has it. Gets it over to senior. That's Meade, right? Yep. Meade dumps it back. Oh, no, that was Nate Syracuse. Sorry. So Syracuse, Crawford, and Bugay out there right now, along with Ryan Seary and Jacob Micah. Oh, nice tip by Bugay. Yep. Set up by Crawford Ryan and Bugay out there right now, along with Ryan Seary and Jacob Micah. Oh, nice tip. Seary. And there might be a third assist there, but I did not get that yet, so.
And that'll be Bugay's third goal of the season, and Ryan Seary's third assist of the season.
Yeah, and Ryan Seary, Jr., is leading all defensemen in total points, and that'll be a 7th on this season. So here we go, right back at it. St. Joe's is able to clear it out the zone, but Syracuse comes up with it. Gets it to Jacob Micah, tries to get it ahead twice now, but his pass is intercepted by St. Joe's. And dumps it in. Icing is waved off, but Seary's back to get that. Gets it over to Bugay along the boards. Can't get it out, but right back to it. He gets ahead to Jacob Micah, who dumps it in. St. Joe's comes up with it behind their own net. That pass is intercepted by Syracuse, able to hold it in, getting it to Bugay. He's got Helwig in front of the net, but Mancini's going to tip that away, but Seary holds it in. St. Joe's brings it out of their own net and is able to get it out. It went off of Seary's stick, so icing is waved off. Jacob Micah gets back there. Seary and him exchange passes, gets it around. It looks like it's going to be a delayed penalty here on the Steelers, and then another interference call. So that will be St. Joe's first power play of the game.
It appears as number 88, Jacob Michael, behind into the box. And
It looks like there's some confusion here.
it was actually Nate Syracuse going
Nate
to the
Syracuse
box.
is going to the box, not Jacob Micah.
Looks like Micah thought he was going to the box there.
Official whistle here. For the penalty kill for the Steelers, Nolan Olson taking the face off. Micah Davis, Crawford,
Connor
and
Nowicki.
Nowicki is out there on defense as well. Face-off is won by the Steelers, but they can't get it out. And the puck is going to come behind the net where St. Joe's now sets up their power play. Pass back to the point. Knocked away by Nowicki, but he can't quite get it out. Dump back in, but this time he will and send it all the way down the ice.
Good hustle here from Crawford, getting down there quick. Put some pressure on.
Crawford is a freshman. Missed early on the season during illness. Has really come on strong. Shot is saved by Waterman. Davis kicks it to the side, but St. Joe's holds it in. But Crawford now intercepts the pass, brings it out. Davis joining him on the rush. Mancini gives up quite a long rebound, but Davis couldn't quite get there. Still hustling after and is able to knock it away. And both players get tied up. No call here. Still in there. Nowicki now pitches in and holds it in. And here comes St. Joe's back the other way. But good job by Nowicki hustling back. And clear the puck all the way down to Olson. 50 seconds remaining in the power play. Olson trying to draw the trip there. Didn't get it. But still battling for it. Him against for St. Joe's. Wasting precious time on the penalty kill. But here comes St. Joe's getting across ice and dumping it in. Siri back there, has it behind his own net. Tries to drop it, but his pass is intercepted. Battles and gets it right back, though. And he patiently holds the puck, but can't get it out. St. Joe still has it. Siri comes up with it again. And this time on the backhand is able to flick it out of the zone with only 14 seconds left in the power play. Siri battling for it right at center ice once again. Gets it up to Bouguet. Bouguet is tied up along the boards. And Sackwell jumps in here to help him out. Shot by Sackwell. Saved by Mancini. Nice pad save there by the Joe's goaltender. Joe's has it. Rattles it off the board. But Siri's able to hold that in. Long shot to Bouguet. Gets it to Sackwell. And his shot is saved by Mancini once again. Ryan Waterman tips it back to Bouguet behind the net in front to Sackwell, but he can't get it to his forehand to get the shot off, and St. Joe's is able to clear it, and it will be icing here. Nice play there by Bouguet and Sackwell. To Sackwell.
Great job cutting off that penalty, too. I actually believe the Steelers had more shots on net than the Marauders did during the Marauders' power play.
Yeah, that's always a great sign for your penalty kill unit.
And then coming right back with an even strength to get another scoring opportunity there.
Yeah, Syracuse along with, let's see, who's with him, Waterman, Hellwig, forwards and Nowicki and Davis on the defense. Syracuse has it behind his St. Joe's net, battling on the boards, but he loses it. But Hellwig does a nice job intercepting that pass, but his pass is a little too strong for Syracuse. And it's going to come out a 4-on-2 opportunity here for the, great job by Nowicki blocking that shot. Getting up along the boards to Waterman. And a 4-on-2, great job there by Nowicki. No icing here. Hellwig's bat racing for it. St. Joe's gets there first. And is going to able to bring it all the way out of their zone. Waterman misses his check, but he comes up with the puck and deflects it back the other way. But St. Joe's comes right back with it. Nowicki has it. Centering pass to Crawford. Crawford brings it across the line. Nice move there. Still has the puck. Looking for some help, but can't find anyone. And St. Joe's is going to come up with it and get it out of their own zone. Good hustle there by Davison. Better play by Nowicki.
Change here.
And Nowicki dumps it back in. And what do we have? Icing?
I believe so.
Yeah, it will be icing here against the Steelers.
Had a bunch of Marauders going to the bench there. I thought the Steelers were going to catch them on a change there.
Yeah, both teams had a bunch of guys. Lucky no one touched the puck for too many men either, but Nowicki's pass doesn't find anyone to be icing in Steelers zone. Olsen wins the faceoff, gets it back to Siri. He can't get it out. Long shot deflected wide. And Crawford and Ivan, I believe, yes, we're battling for it. And here comes Nolan Olsen along with Crawford. Olsen beats the outside, but his shot misses everybody, but Ivan's able to keep that in. Funny bounce off the boards right to Olsen. Can't get the shot off, but still has the puck. Got two Marauders on him, and he can't keep his footing. This is going to go down. Here comes the Marauders back. Not the Marauders. Sorry, St. Joe's back the other way. Confusing with the maroon here, St. Joe's. Steelers dump it in. Let's see, that's 50 minutes. Sorry, I was trying to get a number down there that was battling in the corner. That is that Madursky on his jersey? It might be Madursky as an alternate coming up and playing, which might be his first or if
This
not,
will be his third game.
His third
If it
game?
is true, yes.
Okay. Few
With 0 points, so.
Again, the Steelers team is young this year, which the record doesn't show that, but you got a lot of younger players stepping up, serving nice role. Pass intercepted here. Waterman comes up with a save, but a juicy rebound. It is put in the net for a goal. The net came off, but I think that's the right call by the official. Again, that juicy rebound, you talked about it earlier, the importance of controlling that puck, and it caught Waterman there.
It appears the official waved it off at first, but then changed his mind and put the goal. Listen, the net is off still.
Yeah, the net is still off, and Waterman is trying to prove a point, but he fell into the net himself after the puck across the goal line, if you ask me. We do have replay tonight. I'm not sure if it's too late for that to show our spectators, but Steelers now find themselves in a hole, 2-1, 4:51 remaining in the period.
You know, this is exactly the start. You know, if you're a Marauder fan, this is what you want.
It's not Marauders. I said the same thing. St. Joe's. It's the maroon. It's killing us.
St. Joe's Marauders.
Are they the Marauders? When I say that, I don't know. It's just listed as white, but that could be. Maybe we're not making a mistake here. Either way, St. Joe's is winning 2-1 and bringing it right back in the zone. Davis deflects that, and then Nowicki tips it up to Ryan Waterman, and here comes Waterman back the other way, and he takes a big hit right along the blue line, but in there to help out, but can't keep it in. Let's see the number of that. Davis is going to come up with it, gets it up to Sackball, who gives it right back to Davis. It is the Marauders. Okay, we're not misspeaking. Davis is battling there, but loses the puck. Ryan Waterman comes up with the big check, a little bit of payback. Nowicki with the long shot. And St. Joe's is going to come up with it, and Nowicki tries to step in. His man is still at the Marauder feet, and Ryan Waterman's going to come and bring it right back into St. Joe's zone. But not for long, and they bring it right back out.
He's got a high stick there.
But able to control and get it right back in. That pass is intercepted by Bouguet. Gives it up to Hellwig to Syracuse. Syracuse brings it along the line. Across the line. Ooh, shot is, I'm not sure if that was saved or high, but either way, did not cross the net. Marauders come right back the other way. Jacob Micah steps into his man, knocks the puck loose, but his pass is intercepted right back to St. Joe's. Ivan gets it across to Micah. Micah misses his man, and St. Joe's come right back up with it. Jacob Micah has it center ice once again, and is going to dump that in. Mancini's holding the puck a long time behind the net, but gets it over to his defenseman. That is intercepted by Crawford, but he can't keep it in. Jacob Micah has it temporarily, and still battling for it here along the blue line, and gets it up to Syracuse. St. Joe's came to play tonight, Simon.
Absolutely, it doesn't look like a 6-1 game right now, as we saw last time.
No, and like we said, it's you can see a little bit. The Steelers aren't as sharp, being off almost 3 weeks, but St. Joe's has taken advantage of that. Olsen has it at center ice, curls around, brings it wide, brings it in himself. Looking for, let's see, who's that? Madursky comes across to Crawford, tries to get it back to Ivan. It's so weak, and Jacob Micah cut him off. Him and Ivan do a great job hustling back, preventing that breakaway, but St. Joe's coming right back once again. Pass deflected by Micah in front, and he gets it up but not out. Dumped right back in by the Marauders, putting a lot of pressure here on the Steelers here late in the first period. Olsen has it behind his own net. His pass is up to Crawford, but he can't get it out. It comes all the way back to Olsen behind the net. Olsen is going to bounce it off the boards, but that will be icing. Yes, it will. And it'll be a face-off back in the Steelers zone. 1:20 left with the score 2-1. Not the way the Steelers would like it so far here early on. Here we go. Taking the face-off is Sackball. Marauders win that. Davis steps up, tries to get out. He did get it out. It'll be offsides against the Marauders. Good hustle there by Davis, forcing that offsides. Number 3 is Fidel, another alternate JV player up playing tonight. That's Amado Fidel out on the ice. St. Joe's wins their faceoff and stolen by Waterman. Sackpaw and Fidel's joining him. Shot stopped by Mancini, who's really been a difference maker so far. Sackpaw gets it back to Davis. Davis dumps it into Waterman. Fidel tries to tip it back to Waterman. Can't, but Nowicki will keep that in and dump it back to Waterman behind the zone. Waterman has it in the corner. Puck comes loose, and here comes St. Joe's the other way. Nowicki breaking that up. But his pass is intercepted. St. Joe's brings it right back in. Davis comes up with it in front of his own net and gets it out of the zone. But good job there by Gabe Helwig, tipping that on into Marauders zone. But he can't hang on it, and St. Joe's comes right back the other way. Siri intercepted that. Steelers had to tag up, and St. Joe's, because of that, tip it right back out and into the Steelers zone. Nowicki's back. Has the puck, but he can't get it out, but finishes. Check strongly. And that'll bring us to the end of the first period with the score. Dunkirk Fredonia 1, St. Joe's White Team 2.
Pretty good start for your Marauders here. Had a couple of goals. I mean, it appeared for a time the Steelers were dominating, keeping the puck in the zone to start off the game, but the Marauders were able to hold them off with good play from Mancini and come back and score 2 goals of their own.
Yeah, absolutely. You could see as that period went along, the puck control and hustle by the Marauders was increasing more and more and more, where not a lot of shots for Dunkirk Fredonia early, but they had a ton of puck possession in the Marauder zone.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing too, is just getting shots on that. You can't score if you don't shoot the puck. So
right.
you get the rebounds too. You crash the net.
So what do you do when you got a goaltender playing like Mancini is so far? How do you battle through that and get the puck in the net?
Big thing is getting guys in front of that. You want to blind his vision, shoot pucks low, look for rebounds. That's a very hard thing to do, is control rebounds for a high school goalie. So you're looking for those big juicy rebounds to put them in the back of the net. You want to move the puck. You want to get him moving around, work it down low, side to side, and looking for a good opportunity.
Yeah, some great points. And before we forget Simon, let's give a shout out to our crew. We have a very, very young crew tonight, but we have 3 young men volunteering out here, all working the cameras for the first time. So hopefully they're doing a good job. I haven't been watching the screen too much because the puck moving around is hard to keep them monitoring. But we got Jason Kirkland, Devontae Kirkland, and Dylan Millard working the cameras. When I say young crew, we're talking what, 10, 12-year-olds?
It's probably about that, yeah.
Yeah, volunteering their time out here. Dylan Murphy making this happen. Give him a lot of credit for making this happen. He's been begging me to do some games, so thank you to Dylan and Dunkirk Access to come out so our families from far around can view their grandsons, nieces, nephews, whoever play hockey. So here we go to start the second period. going to take the opening face-off, and he comes up with it himself and is going to bring it into the Marauder zone. Jacob Micah dumps that in, but St. Joe's is there first. Pass behind their own net. Defenseman playing catch here. Syracuse is going to steal that away. Battling for in the corner along with, I believe that's Bouguet with him. And St. Joe's is able to clear and icing his way off, so Ryan Siri will be back first. No icing on the play, and he's going to have it up along his own boards and gets it ahead to Syracuse. Gabe Hellwig joining him. Syracuse can't get that shot off, though, but still has the puck. Gets it out in front, but that pass is intercepted. Mancini is going to cover up for a face-off in St. Joe's zone.
Well, does Syracuse get a good opportunity there, but not be able to get the shot off?
But that's what you need. A hustle created that, and you keep doing that, you're going to get those shots off and maybe create some goals eventually. Face-off won by the Steelers. Ivet keeps it in, dumps it in. Madursky down battling with it behind his own net. He's pinched off, but Crawford is going to help him. Crawford drives to the net, but his shot is high. Davis is going to step up, keep that in, and foul right in behind the net himself. Looking for someone, his pass is knocked away, but he still has it. Tries to get back to the point, but the point was not there, and the puck is going to come all the way back. But Nolan Olson was covering for him and gets it, comes right back the other way. Madursky tips that, but it will be icing because he was on the wrong side of center ice. So it will be icing against the Steelers and back in the zone. I also want to say, if you notice over in the penalty box, if we get a quick shot of the penalty box crew, you're going to see Caleb Kimmerly over there. Nice to see him back out here. Had a pretty serious injury in the last game. Was in the hospital a few days, but he's doing really well, and he's back here supporting his team. So it's good to see Caleb back here tonight. Olsen comes up with it crossing the blue line, but can't hang on it. He comes up with the puck back in the corner. He drops it to Crawford. Crawford has it behind the net. Still has the puck. Gets in front to Madursky. And the backhand is stopped by Mancini. Crawford has it. Tries to get back to the point, but that's intercepted. And the Marauders are going to bring it out back the other way. Ivan does a good job knocking that away. Crawford gets it up to Davis, who's going to bring it in over the blue line. Davis's shot is stopped, and there was a rebound there, Simon, but no Steelers there to tip that in.
You know, coming back out, we have seen a few whiff shots, so you gotta wonder if having those few weeks off would definitely play a factor in this game.
Oh, sure. We talked about earlier. You don't have your legs. You don't have the feel. You just, it's hard to be sharp when you haven't had a game this long. The Sabres are able to do it the other night. Great victory over Boston. A tough loss last night, but after their big break, they were able to come up and continue that winning streak. But it's not easy. So Marauders come up with it off the face-off. And it's going to be offsides here, I believe. Although I don't know why the Steelers didn't touch it. No, it's going to be a penalty, yeah.
Cam Sackball going to the assistant captain going to the penalty box.
Maybe a little frustration there, Simon. Taking a penalty nowhere near the puck even.
Yeah, I don't know what the ref called, but yeah,
it looked
probably
like
definitely some frustration.
Was the sign, and you know, like that's and for when you have your senior out here, you can't afford those type of penalties when you're losing here and haven't played in a long time. So it's a big kill for the Steelers. You got Micah, Syracuse, Bouguet, and Siri out there. St. Joe's have it set up. Long shot. Ooh, big kick save there by Waterman. I thought that might trickle in. Cross ice pass shot here. Deflected wide of the net. Syracuse comes up with it, but he's still fighting for it. Gets it to Micah. Gets it, barely out. It looked like they were going to keep it in, but it goes off the stick. And now Bouquet tips it away, but he can't quite get away and get a shot off. But he's doing a nice job battling for the puck in the corner, wasting supply.
Big hit off blue line here.
Nate Syracuse on that big hit. St. Joe's brings it across the line. Deflected. Waterman with the save. But St. Joe's come back up with it and has the power play set back up. Back to the point, long shot knocked down by Jacob Micah, and he's going to carry it out across the red line. And he takes on his check, and a long shot here by Syracuse. And the forwards are able to get a change. Crawford steps up, holds it in, gets it up to Olsen. Olsen has it. Can he get the shot off? No angle. Trying the wraparound. Can't quite get that shot off. 35 seconds left in the sack ball penalty here. And the puck's going to come all the way back to Micah once again. Jacob Micah deflects it off the boards and out of the zone. And Olsen knocks that pass down but can't quite come up with it. 20 seconds remaining, and Sackball once again clears it out of the Steelers zone. But it can't get away, and it comes right back in. It's on Sackball, or Micah's stick again, and that's just held in. Long shot here off Waterman's mask. Crawford has it, and he can't quite clear it, and that's going to be the end of Sackball's penalty. And let's see what that whistle is. And, ooh, Brady Crawford. Oh, is it a mask issue after that?
His helmet is off currently. Not sure what's going on there.
Yeah, and Crawford, the freshman up there, I love the intensity. He had a little check in the corner, and he kind of did a little wave at him, and you saw the official talking to him like, hey, son, next time you're going to the box yourself. So good job by the official. It wasn't overly bad, but they could have called it, no doubt, unsportsmanlike. But instead, he talked to him, gave the young freshman a little advice and warning, and hopefully he doesn't do it again, because I guarantee the next time he'll end up in the sin bin himself.
Another good kill by the Steelers also, and they were even once again able to get chances to score for themselves. And when you're on a power play, getting chances is not always the best thing.
Right, so that makes, I believe, St. Joe's 0 for 2 on the power play.
Yes.
And again, I would think on that, if they didn't have the most shots, they had just as many scoring chances as St. Joe's. Sackball out of the box, takes a face-off, gets it back to Nowicki. Nowicki says along the boards, but St. Joe's keeps that in. Goes all the way back to Nowicki. He gets it up to Fidel. Fidel does get it just out. St. Joe's brings it right back in, but that's way off sides. Okay, officials finally realized it. But that was way off sides. You almost think that might have sent it all the way down, but they're not. Face off just outside the Steelers zone, taken by Sackball. Sackball loses that, but he hustled. Oh, almost had a breakaway. Has it. It's gonna get a shot here, and he scores. So that's the equalizer, an unassisted goal by Cam Sackball. 12-11 here in the second period. So nice job there, Cy. He took a bad penalty, comes out of the box and scores the game-tying goal in his next shift.
More than makes up for his penalty earlier there. Good to see him, lose the puck a little bit, able to get it back, and able to put the puck in the net for his 7th goal of the year.
Yeah, definitely pure effort there. Puck is deflected in the zone. Nowicki breaks up that centering pass. This time Davis breaks up the pass, and Waterman tips it aside, comes back to Waterman, and he's going to cover it there for the face-off in Steelers zone. And it looks like, yeah, we'll change all 5 skaters of the Steelers. Syracuse will take the face-off. Wins it back to Jacob Micah, but can't clear it. Puck comes out in front, still loose. Here's the shot, can't get away. Good job there by Syracuse getting his body in front of that. And Hellwood kicks it off the other way. Bouguet's going to tip it in the zone, chasing after it. Good hustle there by Bouguet, battling now, getting some help from Hellwig, and the puck's going to come out to the point. Jacob Micah, long shot wide of the net. Come all the way back to Siri, who keeps it in, dumps it back to Bouguet. Bouguet has it in the corner, and he's checked off the puck, but Hellwig helps him out. Gets it to Syracuse, his shot is just wide, but he hustles after it and gets it back himself. Syracuse still has it, dumps it back to Bouguet. Bouguet is going to be pinched along the boards, but he's still battling. Good job there by the sophomore. Finally lose the puck, but it goes right to Jacob Micah. and his shot is nowhere near. Comes all the way around to Hellwig. Hellwig can't control it. Comes back to Siri, who dumps it back in, but the Steelers have to tag up and allows St. Joe's to clear it. But Micah has it again and dumps it in, and the forwards are going to hustle off for a change. Siri has it, center ice. Nice move inside. He's going to take the shot here, but that is knocked down. And that would be, I believe that's Madursky with it. Long shot from the point is blocked to Olsen's stick, and his shot is blocked. Good job here by the Marauders blocking the Steelers' shots. Another shot deflected down behind the net to Siri, but he loses the puck. And the Marauders are going to ice it to get a change here with exactly 10 minutes left in the second period. Score is 2-2. And the Steelers will take another face-off in their own zone.
Mars had a great opportunity to score down here before. I think at one point Zach Worm was sitting down, but with his glove and blocker in the air, just sitting there hoping to just find a puck. But I think someone was able to get the stick on the puck before they could have got the shot off.
Yeah, it's a good job by defensemen and forwards of the Steelers not allowing a shot to get off while their goalie was in a vulnerable position. Steelers able to hold this in off the face-off. Still battling for it. Sackball has it on his stick, but his shot is deflected up into the net. Another nice hustle play there by Sackball to get another scoring chance.
A lot of attempted shots here by the Steelers, but none finding the net. Just finding the Marauders' legs, sticks, not be able to get them through. Nice job by the Marauders.
Absolutely. It's hard to score if you can't get the puck to the net. Face-off one to Ivan. His shot is blocked once again. Nowicki ends up with it at the point. He tries dumping it, but that's deflected out of the zone. But it's right on Ivan's stick, who tries to pass. Does get the backhand out of the zone to Sackball. His pass is intercepted, and Marauders come right back the other way. Ivan tries to dump it along the boards, but dumps it right into the Marauder bench. Looks like everyone's okay, and you will have a change here by the Steelers. Syracuse, Bugay, Hellwig, Micah, and Siri for the Steelers. Syracuse, wins the face-off, getting it back to Siri, but not out. St. Joe still keep it in. This time it's up on Micah's backhand. His pass just gets through to Bugay, who gets it up to Syracuse. And here come the Steelers looking to get an scoring opportunity here, but Syracuse's shot is high and wide, but Micah's able to hold it in temporarily. The St. Joe's get it right back out, dump it in. But Ryan Siri's the first one there. And it looked like Jacob Micah might have got away with a penalty there. Bodies were tied up, but no call. St. Joe's still has it in their own zone. Siri has it behind his own net. Syracuse lost his footing. He was able to get it over to Hellwig, trying to get it up to a streaking Siri. And it wasn't touched, and an icing will be called. 8:20 left here in the second period.
A lot of Steelers shots are being shot over the net. Not something you really want to do. You want to shoot those low, get the rebound, especially on a goalie like this, Mancini, who is playing well so far still.
Yeah, and that could be a little bit of inexperience, and it could be a little bit of rust too. Being able to control your shots a little bit, especially you get a little tired, it's harder to be as precise. Face-off one by St. Joe's, dumps it in behind the net. But Nowicki does a nice job coming up with the puck and carrying out of the zone himself. Gets by one Marauder, still has it, but loses the puck right around the dot, and it comes all the way back center ice where Micah Davis was waiting for it. Davis this time brings the puck in. What it was ends up on Olsen's stick in the corner. Davis stays in front of the net. Olsen tries to gets to Madursky. Puck is still loose. Battling for it. Puck still loose. But Mancini finally came up with it. Nice battle there in front of the net. And really good job by that Marauder defense helping out his goaltender in that case.
Madursky almost getting his first varsity points, it would seem like. Had a good shot opportunity right in front of the slot.
Yeah, and if it didn't score, Davis was trying to tip it in. So face-off won by Olsen to Crawford. Dumps it back behind the net. Olsen there first. Olsen tried to get it to, let's see, who's out there with him?
Madursky
That's,
and
yeah, that was
Crawford.
Madursky in the corner. Goes all the way back, icing against St. Joe's. So we'll have another face-off and get some fresh forwards out there for the Steelers. Face-off in St. Joe's zone, 7:24. 2-2 game after a 6-1 shellacking last time these two teams faced. St. Joe's is here to play tonight.
Absolutely.
Face-off is won back to Nowicki, but his shot is blocked, deflected once again into the net, and we'll have another face-off do it all over again.
The Steelers dominating puck possession again, but just not able to get those good scoring opportunities or these shots off.
Another face-off won by Nowicki, and this time it was right on, and Varsity made a great pad save and came up with the rebound himself. And Nowicki's a little frustrated there because he knew he had a good shot on net, and Varsity was just a little bit better. So nice job by Sagpaw winning back-to-back face-offs, creating two scoring chances. He's going to take one again on the right side, and once again, it's a win. Davis has it, tries to get back up to Sagpaw, and the puck is going to not come out.
Looked like it went
still
out.
There, but I thought it might have hit a Steeler player in the bench, but the official said no, and it's still in. Nowicki has it along the blue line. He's got a double team there if he can get the puck moved, but he can't. But now there's a lot of space. Fidel did a nice job covering for Nowicki and kept the puck in, got it up to Ryan Waterman behind the net. Waterman gets it over to Fidel, back to Sagpaw, to Waterman, to Sagpaw. No shot yet in St. Joe's is going to bring it back the other way now. Sagpaw all over his guy. Davis forces that up to Ryan Waterman, but he can't keep his footing. It's just enough. He almost cost St. Joe's in a change there.
Seen that a few times now.
Yep. St. Joe's has it right in front of their own net, but they're going to be able to get it out. Syracuse steals it away at center ice, but can't stay on his feet. Puck comes to Nowicki. Nowicki drops it, but no forwards there. But does a good job recovering, prevents any sort of scoring chance, and now Waterman has it and bring it out of his own zone. Nowicki and Davis head off for a change. Ryan Waterman heading off for a change, and here comes St. Joe's back the other way. Dumped in, but St. Joe's is also making some changes here. Nice job by the Marauder there, trying to allow his team to change. Finally, Syracuse comes up with it, but still, that's 85 Marauders all over the Steelers. Scoring chance there, but shot was not on net. Hellwig has it, tries to get ahead to Bouquet, but that pass is deflected, and it is actually an offsides. Bouquet actually skated in backwards across to the blue line before the puck. Didn't realize it. Good hustle play, but it is an offside.
Luckily, the ref didn't call a intentional offsides there and sent it all the way down. So sometimes you'll see the refs call that on a situation like that.
A couple times we've seen the refs wave that off tonight so far. Waterman must have thought it was going to be icing because he didn't play that puck, but luckily Siri was there to come up with it and just gets that out of the zone. And Hellwig does a nice job jumping up, intercepting that pass, bringing it across the blue line. Again, that shot is high and not on net, and it causes the puck to come all the way back the other way, where Ivan is able to deflect that pass. He's playing real nice tonight for the sophomore. Again, you know what it's like when you're underclassmen trying to play defense. It's quite the learning experience. He's doing a nice job so far tonight. Little neutral zone play here. Puck is finally dumped in by the Marauders. Gabe Hellwood took a big hit there, taking off his feet. Siri has it back behind the net, looks for a long pass. Bouquet gets tangled up, and St. Joe's is able to intercept face-off now in the Marauder zone. Both teams looking to try to get that lead before the end of the second period. Going into little break, they resurface the ice between the second and third period.
See a little more momentum from the Marauders through these last few minutes.
Face-off is maybe call a Steeler win. Centering pass just out of the reach of Crawford. Nowicki does a good job keeping that in. Dump it back behind the net where Olsen will come up with it. Olsen tries to get to Crawford, but that pass is intercepted. Comes all the way back to Nowicki. Takes a long shot wide of the net. But Olsen's there coming up with it again. Spins back behind the net. Spins again looking for some help. And tries to dump that to Madursky. Madursky wants to leave it for Olsen, but Marauders were there first. Davis trying to pitch in to keep this. And he does temporarily, but now it comes out, but Nowicki is there, coming back the other way, getting into Olsen. Olsen up to Davis. Davis can't get away, though. Right back to Olsen. But Olsen's able to tip that out, but St. Joe's now has it back at their own blue line. Crawford putting the pressure on now, but can't quite keep it in. Nowicki has it, but he has to wait for his team to tag up and get some fresh skaters out there. And finally, everyone's tagged up, but here comes St. Joe's the other way. Crawford takes his man off the puck, gets it to Nowicki, springs it around to Madursky. Madursky gets tied up, can't get it out, but Davis is there, and cross-ice pass to his defensive partner. No, all the way to Crawford. No one really plays it, and St. Joe's gets it, but Nowicki comes back with it and gets it over to Davis. Davis is skating up, looking to bring it out of the zone himself, and does, but he's taking off the puck at the blue line, and it's going to draw a Marauder penalty with 2:12 remaining. It'll be the second power play opportunity here for the Steelers, who were 1 for 1 on the night with the power play goal, their first goal in the first period, scored by Nate Syracuse.
It appears
Brandon Bouquet, assisted by Ryan Siri.
that is number 85 for Marauders headed to the box. Don't see his number on here also.
Yeah, a lot of these other team rosters, they have players going up and down, so sometimes we don't get accurate information for players. Siri has it, gets over to Mike, a long shot gets through. Mancini, another save. Another long shot now by Siri, but not on net, but able to be controlled by Syracuse. Syracuse, Bouquet, and Hellwig at forward, Micah and Siri on defense in this power play, but St. Joe's is able to clear that. Waterman tips it over, leaving it for Micah, but he turns it over. But Syracuse steals it back, going the other way. Has a 3-on-2 opportunity if they hurry. And they do. Syracuse tries to get it up to Hellwig, but Mancini tips that away before Hellwig can get a wood on that. And St. Joe's is able to clear it, coming right back the other way. Micah hustles after it, dumps it back in. But St. Joe's clears it all the way down with just over a minute left here in the second period in the power play. Hellwig gets at center ice, but his pass is stolen. And Hellwig now gets it back and dumps it in. 55 seconds left in the power play, 1:05 in the period. 2-2 game. Crawford steals, has the puck, drops it to Olsen. Mancini with another pad save. Puck is still loose. Mancini's able to cover it up after a tip shot there by Syracuse. Steals, has the puck, drops it to Olsen. Mancini with another pad save. Puck is still loose. Mancini's able to cover it up after these younger players. Crawford is only a freshman, really key in creating that scoring opportunity for the Steelers. Still loose. Mancini's able to sack Paul, Davis, and Nowicki now on the ice for the power play. Nowicki passes across to Davis. Davis sends it to the net, but there's no Steelers there. Kind of wasted, but Crawford obviously was able to come up at least temporarily. And St. Joe's is able to clear that, though. So a little bit of a forced shot there, causing a turnover and wasting some precious time. 18 seconds left in the power play. Just under 30 seconds in the period. Nowicki brings it across the blue line. Can't get away. St. Joe's comes up with it again and is able to clear it. Davis has to rush back and get it because there'll be no icing, but that will be the end of the power play. Davis has it, but his pass gets up to Sackball, tips it in, but that will bring us to the end of the second period with the score 2-2. And with that, we're going to take a little break here. They will resurface the ice. We'll try to get some official stats. In the meantime, we now an unsportsmanlike penalty. We heard I could hear the screaming, and it looks like there's at 32. 32 is St. Joe's is going to get an unsportsmanlike penalty. So the Steelers, that's a silly, selfish penalty to take there by the Marauders. That'll give the Steelers a 2-minute power play to start the third period. But with that, we will take a break. We will be back. We'll get some official stats for you and bring you the third period of this 2-2 contest against the Steelers and the Marauders. We'll be 18, Gabe Helwig. 29, Cam Sackpaul. 33, Ryan Waterman. Number 2, Micah Davis. 42, Brennan Mead. And Zach Waterman, the goalie, is a senior. Yeah, no problem. Thanks. Dunkirk access. We do. It's on the lake. through the scoring?
So for the Steelers, we have 26 shots on net, and for the Marauders, 11 shots on net. So Marauders not having nearly as many opportunities as the Steelers, but definitely taking advantage of them, scoring 2 goals with the same as Fredonia.
Yeah,
And if you're
Mancini's
Fredonia,
really been the difference so far for the Marauders in net.
and if you're Fredonia, you gotta be frustrated getting all these chances, just not be able to um, um, take the lead here. So
Capitalize,
yeah.
And how many shots were blocked, deflected,
Oh,
went
absolutely, yeah.
high, without a doubt.
Might have been double their shots to take away the block shots from Marauders. They were blocking so many.
Okay, so who had the goals and assists for the Steelers, Siren?
The goals scored by Ryan Seary and Cameron
Sackpaul.
Sackpaul.
Yep.
And assist for Seary's goal was Braden Bouguet. Sackpaul's goal was unassisted.
Nope, it was according to the official scorecard, which I disagree with. Actually, I think Bouguet had the first goal. He tipped in Ryan Seary's shot, but on the scorecard, he gave it to Ryan Seary, and that was assisted by Brady Crawford, which would have I thought would have been the third secondary assist. And Sackpaul's goal we had unassisted up here, but they gave assist to number 97 Connor Nowicki. Penalty-wise, we had 2 penalties for the Steelers, and that would be Sackpaul and 1 moment, please. And 74. Nate Syracuse also had a penalty, and the Marauders had 3 penalties, including the unsportsmanlike that we saw at the end of after the second period ended. I think it was 32.
Yes.
Got an unsportsmanlike penalty, and you couldn't hear what he said, but you could actually hear him yell at the official all the way up here, up on the walkway above the ring. So definitely was not happy with the official, and the official definitely was not tolerating that treatment. So the Steelers basically back-to-back power plays now. They had 2-minute power play. They didn't score on to end the second period, and now they have 2 minutes here to start the third. Hopefully maybe get the quick early lead and get some momentum going into the third period.
I believe they're 1 for 3 on power plays.
Well, 1 for 2, and
Oh,
then
one
this
for
would
two,
be,
yeah.
this is the third one now. So we will see. Hopefully you're wrong, and it'll be 2 for 3. But you very well could be right here, and we'll know in 2 minutes. So here we go. Zach Paul taking the opening faceoff. Olsen, Crawford, Siri, and Micah on the ice. Siri takes the check, but is able to dump it in. Crawford, first one there, trying to get to Olsen. Olsen can't quite get that shot on net. Might have been deflected before it got to Mancini. Olsen comes back up with it, takes it behind his own net. Little power side moves. Might have had Sackpaul there. Didn't make the pass. Got it back to Siri at the point. Siri takes a long shot. Puck is loose in front. Kick to the side. Crawford going after it. Man, that could have been it. Gets it to Sackpaul. His shot is blocked by Mancini, but right to Crawford's stick. Who gets it out front? No one there. Sackpaul gets it to Olsen, but Mancini does a poke check and knocks that away before Olsen can get a shot. Puck all the way back to the point. Micah keeps it in. Gets it back to Olsen. Olsen spin around above the circle. Drop pass to Micah. Right back to Olsen. Olsen still has it. Drops it to Crawford. Sackpaul bad. Crawford tries to wrap around, but he is taken off his feet by a good check by St. Joe's. Masiri keeps it in long shot, deflected wide by Olsen, and that's going to allow St. Joe's to clear the puck and get some fresh forwards out here for the Steelers. Siri has it behind his own net, bringing it out. Tips it off the boards to himself, and brings it all the way up across the blue line. Can't quite get the shot off, but it will trickle to Mancini. He'll cover it up for the faceoff. 28 seconds remaining in the power play. Steelers had that puck most of the time in Marauder zone.
Great start to the period, but once again, just not able to get the puck in the back of the net. Great play by the goalie, Mancini, with a poke check there with no one right in front of the net.
Best power or penalty killer usually is your goaltender, and it was that time for the Marauders. The Marauders are able to clear it all the way down the blue line to Nowicki, who gets it over to Davis, who gets it up to Bouguet. Back to Nowicki. Nowicki's long shot, but no one's there. Bouguet has it now behind the net. Still has it. Cross ice pass to Davis. Davis' shot is blocked once again by St. Joe's.
penalty
that will
kills.
be, yep, penalty. You are right. 1 for 3. Back to Nowicki. His shot is blocked. Ends up to Bouquet. Shot is wide, but Ryan Waterman had an open net, but couldn't get it on net. Hit the side. So good scoring chance there to take the lead, and they couldn't quite convert. Nowicki comes up with it back behind his own net, but it's taken away, and it's going to be hit across, and Davis is the first one there. Gets it up to Ryan Waterman, but he can't get away with it, and the puck's dumped back to St. Joe's. Nowicki tips it up to Waterman again. This time he's able to get it out. Still racing after it. Good job by Waterman, being the first one to the puck. Gets in front. Went off the defenseman. Caught Mancini off guard and just stopped before it crosses that red line.
Great reaction from Mancini there. You always got to be ready as a goalie, but something like that, you just not got to. It's hard to predict something like that.
Yeah, and he did a great job finding that puck. It was trickling. Looked like it might have gone over the net after it hit Mancini. He bounced on it quickly. Long shot by Micah, blocked. Madursky and Micah's able to keep it in. But Micah now loses it, and St. Joe's is going to bring it back the other way. And Crawford steals that pass, gets it back to Siri in their own zone. Siri's long pass is intercepted, but it would have been offside, so allows Jacob Micah to come up with it and get it back out. Deflected in off of Olsen all the way to Mancini, who holds on it for a face-off in his own zone. 13:32 here in the third period. The score remains 2-2. Olsen stays on to take this face-off. Siri is able to hold that in, knock it back behind the net to Crawford. Crawford tries to get in front. Another blocker save. Shot there by Madursky. Puck still loose, and Mancini was on his back, but good job by defense, not allowing Olsen to get a shot off. It's going to be an icing here against St. Joe's, but Steelers putting the pressure on here early to see if they can execute and get that game, take the go-ahead goal, go-ahead goal with 13:07 remaining here in the 2-2 contest.
Steelers absolutely dominant to start this period here. Marauders don't even have a shot on net to start this period. So
interesting move. Ivan has gone up. He's been playing defense the whole game. He's up at forward right now. He's got the puck, tries the centering pass, but that's intercepted. St. Joe's cross-ice pass behind the net, and they're going to clear it. And if it makes it to the red line, it will be another icing against the Steelers. Against St. Joe's. So Steelers are another face-off in the Marauder zone.
not sure what happened there, but Marauders forced to change centerman there.
Might have been a late change. Sometimes they're forcing center to switch out if they have a late change. St. Joe's gets out of the zone. Micah deflects it back in, but comes right back in. Marauders dump it in. Siri back behind his own net. First one there. Pass up to Ivan, but he can't get away. The puck ends up back on Siri's stick, and he's going to take it off himself, but he loses it. Hellwig gets it back, tips it. Hellwig to Siri, sliding, kick save by Mancini. The save of the game so far to keep this game tied 2-2. Great puck work between Siri and Hellwig there. Ivan's battling along the boards for the puck. Sack call on the ice. Ivan still can't come up with it, and Marauders are going to get it out of the, out of the zone. And all the way down into Steelers zone behind the net. Jacob Micah checks his man. Puck comes over to Ryan Siri, and he is checked from behind there. Dangerous hit, and it will be the fourth power play here for the Steelers after that dangerous hit against Siri. Glad to see he is okay. And let's see, after it will be the third straight power play for the Steelers. Simon, they need to execute here.
Oh, absolutely. Great chances here. You saw Mancini full desperation mode, sliding across the net, kick save. But
It was a beauty.
yeah, you don't see many better than that in high school hockey. But yeah, great start for the Steelers. You know, just not able to put the puck in the net still. But eventually, you keep this pressure up. Something's got to give.
Yeah, absolutely. The only thing you could have said maybe Hellwig in Siri could have done a little better, a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
But they did a great job. Give, go, give. Creating that great opportunity. Mancini was just a little bit better once again. Sackpaw, Olsen, Crawford, Nowicki, and Davis. Long shot blocked. Sackpaw comes up with the rebound, battling for it. Puck's loose. Davis is able to keep it in for a moment. Oh, almost a breakaway. Good job by Nowicki to gather that puck up and stop a breakaway by St. Joe's captain. Crawford brings it back in across the blue line. Leaves it for Nowicki, who dumps it behind the net to Sackpaw. Sackpaw has it. Curling gets a shot. Mancini's right on that goalpost, giving Olsen, sorry, that was Olsen with a shot, no chance there, and holds the rebound for another face-off. 1:28 remaining in the power play.
So I believe they gave him a 2 and a 10. They have two guys in the box right
You're right,
now.
good call. Thank you for pointing that. It is a 2 and a 10. So that'll take that. Could be the rest of the game for that young man. Nowicki's pass is back to Davis. Shot all the way on net. Rebound was St. Joe's was there. Oh, good pass by Crawford. Sackball couldn't get good wood on that, but Olsen comes up with it. Still has it along the side. Dumps it to Crawford. All the way back to Davis at the point. Swings it over to Nowicki, who's going to lock it in. Good shot. Firing hide here. Davis hustles to hold that in. Davis walks that in. Long shot to Sackball right in front, but great job by Mancini there. And the officials are going to send Sackpaw and the Marauder off there. A little extracurricular activity after the whistle. And Sackpaw does not like that. So it'll be 79.
Giving him a penalty, it looks like.
Yep, both of them are going to the box.
Oh, okay.
79 for the Marauders and Cam Sackpaw for... I'm not sure. No, it's not going to go all the way down there, sir. It was 2 penalties. Probably be center ice or maybe stay where it is. Okay, the face-off will stay in Marauder zone. 55 seconds left on the power play. It'll still be 5-on-4. They're offsetting penalties, but that's a big loss for the Steelers' second leading goal scorer. Cam Sackpaw is in the penalty box here once again. Nowicki has it off over to Davis. Davis down to Syracuse. Syracuse cross-ice pass to Olsen. His shot's blasted. I'm not sure if that was deflected wide, I believe. Syracuse has it. Back to Olsen. Olsen has along the side. He can't hang on, and St. Joe's is going to clear that. And 57's really hustling hard after it. Good. And is this going to be another penalty?
It appears so. You had a lot of goalie going to the bench.
Penalty here on the Steelers.
So the Steelers blowing their opportunity for the power play here.
And that's going to be Syracuse. And I think that's his second penalty, second interference penalty tonight. So, let's see, it'll be 4-on-4 for 27 seconds, and then the Marauders will have a power play, possibly, if there's not any more penalties.
We'll see how it goes
for
here.
a minute 33. Crawford takes the face-off. Micah and Series back out there on defense. Bouguet and Crawford out there 4-on-4. So Coach Olsen's showing a lot of confidence in his 2 younger player forwards, putting them out there together right now. So you have Sackpaw and Syracuse in the penalty box, and Olsen was just on the ice, so really has no choice. But these two have been put in these positions all year long and have done a nice job so far. Siri does a nice job tipping that away, stopping the breakaway. Really a 1-on-4 situation. Siri still battling, still has it. He has no help at all.
Marauders now on the power play too.
Yes, good call. It is now a 5-on-4 power play for the Marauders for the next minute 12. Bouguet does a nice job there, wasting some more time, putting the pressure on. But Marauders now able to clear zone, and Crawford comes up with it. Can he get it going the other way? No, he can't. It's up all the way to Waterman. Micah has it now, and he's going to skate it out himself. Gets it out, still battling for it. At least gets it back to the blue line here. So good job by the PK PK killers of the Steelers so far. Puck all the way in the zone, but Ryan Series sends it all the way down. And now Ryan Waterman on the ice, chasing after that. And Nolan Olson back out there, and Davis replaced Siri on the defense, and Mike is going off for Nowicki to join him. So fresh legs out there for the PK unit. 20 seconds left to the St. Joe's power play, and there's no such thing as icing right now.
Yeah, they're on the power play.
Oh, sorry, that's right. It was against St. Joe's, yeah. I was wondering why they were calling that, but right. St. Joe's on the power play actually get caught in an icing. So that's a big mistake for the Marauders, giving Steelers a face-off shorthanded in their zone. Face-off is won. Back to Davis, who gets it up to Zach calls out of the box. Him and Olsen out there together now. A lot of scoring, a lot of goals between those two. Olsen's passes turn over. It's a one-on-one situation. Nowicki is equal to that task. So the shot is wide, but Waterman decides to cover that up, really behind his own net. With 8:11 remaining, and it'll be 5-on-5. So now both teams, 0 for 3 for the Marauders and 1 for 4 in the power play for the Steelers. So special teams, obviously penalty kill units have done a nice job, but not many chances for the power play units.
Great kill for the Steelers there. I'm not even sure the Marauders had a shot on net there. So
I don't know how much time they even had in,
yeah,
their,
with the
in
puck.
their own zone. Yeah.
Short in power play though, with 4-on-4 for a little bit
Still,
there.
a minute 33 to get 0 chances. You got to give credit to your PK unit. Nowicki gets it up to Syracuse, gets it back to Bugay, up to Syracuse. Center ice, puck's loose, and St. Joe's comes up with it. Comes right back the other way. Shot wide of the net. Bugay, first one there, tries to get up to Syracuse. Syracuse can't get it out, and it's going to end up almost a water, but Nowicki cut that off to keep the puck moving. Off the boards to Bugay, up to Syracuse. He's able to tip that ahead. Waterman racing after it. He gets it into St. Joe's zone, but Mancini comes up with leads it. Oh, good steal there by Syracuse. Has it back behind his own net. Waterman in front, but Mancini, borderline late hit here by Mr. 32. Has kind of been the Marauder villain tonight. Got that unsportsmanlike. He's definitely the biggest kid out there between the two teams, throwing his body around. The officials having a little talk with him as well.
Fans did not like that one.
No, the fans, especially the relatives of the Syracuse family, did not like that. Seeing Nate flying across the ice like that. Face-off, and St. Joe's won, and once again won by the Marauders. Davis gets on Nowicki, but another shot block by the Marauders. And Davis has to hustle back to get to that puck. Takes it behind his own net where he is being harassed. Still has the puck. Back behind his own net. Gets it up to Nowicki and Crawford, but they can't get away. And the puck comes back to Davis, who swings it around to Madursky this time. Madursky's tied up along the boards. He's getting some help from Olsen, who gets it up to Crawford. Tries to get it to Davis, but just out of his reach. And now Nowicki comes up with it at center ice. Nowicki is checked and taken off the puck, but it ends up on Olsen's stick. Gets it to Madursky. Madursky has a chance for a shot. Mancini with another save there. But that's a pretty good shot by Madursky there, but there was no one in front of the net to clean up that rebound.
Young kids had a few opportunities right in front of that slot here a few times. Good to see. Being young, a little small, and the other kids was still getting down low in front of the net.
Yeah,
getting some opportunities.
Getting in good position to be able to get a pass from Olsen there to get that shot off. Zach Paul takes the face off, and good hustle there by Ivet to come up with the puck and help win that face off. Micah keeps it in temporarily, still battling for it, and it's just going to leak out, but Micah's able to recover and dump it back in. Hellwig coming in hard after him. Still 2-2, 6:10 remaining in regulation here. Series unable to keep it in. Jacob Micah's back, cutting that off. Good job there by Jacob Micah, stopping any scoring chances. Centering pass goes through everyone. And Ivet's there, tries to dump it up to Sackpaul. Sackpaul now tipping it. And Sackball gets away. Muddy taking a high stick there. No, can't get it out. Ooh, Waterman went down to his knees a little early there. That could have been dangerous if that was on net. The puck's still in Steelers zone. Finally cleared now, is deflected, and icing is going to be waved off. So Hellwig hustling in there, pitching off his man. Coming up a turnover, trying to get it to Sackball. Jacob Michael once again, nice job there deflecting that. Break pass up for breakaway opportunity. And now the puck, Sackball can't quite come up with it cleanly and just dumps it in. It's going to head off for a change. Now, so here comes St. Joe's back the other way. Pass is deflected. Ooh.
Called icing there.
Yep. Just missed the forward stick there to deflect it in. Key face-off here in the Marauder zone. Exactly 5 minutes left. 2-2 still here. No scoring so far in the third period. Even though we have multiple power play opportunities.
The exact stats here, but Steelers went very good on the face-off, especially in their own zone.
Absolutely. The centers have done a real nice job. Syracuse has the puck here now. Tries to wrap around. Nothing there. Hangs on to it. Gets it back to Davis. Davis can't keep it in. Swings it over to Nowicki. And Nowicki, good timing there, is able to come up with it. Takes it behind St. Joe's net. Still has the puck. Still has it. Tries to jam in the wraparound. Waterman now has it. Waterman battling. Oh, that's got to be interference. You can't check there.
Looking for a stick.
Call, yeah. Got away with that one. Waterman's pinched off here, and St. Joe's is going to get an icing penalty here. So Steelers are still battling, trying to get that third goal to take the lead. And Mancini and this Marauder defense is just not letting it happen so far.
Yeah, they're playing. They're in a little survival mode here, so Steelers are still trying to take advantage of it. And if you're Zach Marlin, you got to keep your head in the game. You haven't really seen a real shot this whole period. You only 2 times you play the puck, you have to come out of the net for it. So make sure you keep your head in the game, not something silly to do in the back of the net.
Here might be one of those chances just talking about. Oh, good job by Nowicki checking his man off the puck. Gets it to Madursky, up to Olsen. It's a 2-on-2. They hurry. Olsen brings it around the defender, back behind his own net. Leaves it for Crawford. Crawford now has it. Crawford cycling back to the point to Nowicki. His shot's deflected, but nice job there by Madursky, trying to deflect that goal in. Oh, man, he got tied up. No call again. Davis is able to keep that in, but can't quite get away, and the puck trickles out, but Nowicki's there to clean it up. Nowicki gets it across ice to Davis, up to the Marauders, really past to nobody there. Yes, you're allowed to criticize your brother in that one. But Marauders send it all the way down. That should be icing, and it is. 3:09 now remaining in regulation, tied 2-2. Been plenty of action here by the Steelers this period, but no goals so far.
Steelers have done a great job of moving the. Besides that last play there, Steelers have done a great job moving the puck around, getting in transition back down, moving the puck down low. On the Marauder territory, so.
Sackball wins another face-off. Good job by Madursky crashing the net. But Mancini's able to. Was that Madursky? It might have been Bouguet. Yes, Bouguet was crashing the net there, trying to create. No, I'll check 3 times the chart. That was Ivan. Again, moved off from the defense. Face-off's one. Series shot is blocked. Gets it back to Sackball. Clean look here, and Mancini. Oh, the puck was coming behind. 2 saves there by Mancini. But finally, Sackball is able to punch in the rebound. Mancini was really spinning around after 2 big saves. And finally, 2 saves there by Mancini. But finally, Sackball is able to punch in the rebound. Mancini was really spinning around after 2.
Hit the puck behind, but the Sackball finally able to put the puck in the net. Yeah, third attempt.
But that was the key. Mancini had to turn his back really to make that second save, and the Steelers took advantage of that. Bouguet comes up with again, gets it to Sackball. Here comes Sackball looking for the hat trick. Another great shot there by Sackball, but a better save by Mancini. Those two have been battling all night long. Ivan keeps it in, gets it to Sackball. Now it comes off his stick and it's Hellwig keeps that in, and now Ivan's gonna go in trying to get it back. Hellwig's going off for a change. Jacob Micah's able to keep that in, drop it in. Bouguet coming in, but here comes St. Joe's the other way. One man back, that's Ryan Siri. Here's that. Oh, nice job there. Blocked that shot by Siri. And it will be icing against the Steelers. But Simon, I keep thinking your point earlier about Zach Waterman here having to stay in this game because he's going to have to make another big save or two.
Oh, absolutely. It can be harder to do. Your team's dominating, keeping the puck out of the zone. You're just sitting there back by yourself. You know.
Absolutely. You get a little cold, you lose a little concentration, and we do have a timeout here by the Marauders. It's not a bad timing here. I didn't even think of it with 2:07 remaining.
Oh yeah, it flew by. This period's flown by so far.
Absolutely. And you think about it, if you're St. Joe's coach, you've been dominated this game.
Oh, absolutely.
This period, excuse me, not this game. Your goaltender, Mancini, and you got to give the forwards and defense a lot of credit. They blocked countless shots and they worked real hard in their own zone. But they've got zero offensive opportunities. So with this face-off in the Steelers zone, take a timeout, settle your players down, and you can draw up a plan here.
Yeah, let's see if they can come up with something here off the face-off. They got to win the face-off first. Once the Steelers have been absolutely dominating the face-offs, it appears.
Yeah. So what if you're a coach of the Marauders? What play you drawing up here, Simon?
You probably want to. You're off to the zone. You probably want to win.
There we go. The camera's at our feet there for a second. We didn't miss any action. Tuned it in. Thanks for you that are watching live. We probably have some grandparents out there. Happy holidays to everyone. So here's a big face-off. We have Davis and Nowicki at defense. Syracuse going to take the face-off. Joining him is Bouguet and Ryan Waterman. Another big win, and the puck is able to be cleared. You got an empty net too often. They waved off icing there too. So there is an empty net here, but St. Joe's is able 6-on-5 skaters. Syracuse goes for the check, doesn't get all of it, but it gets enough to tip the puck the other way. Just battle here in the neutral zone, but now temporarily at least, but Nowicki's going to kick that right back out, and here it comes. You got three white skaters going and looking for that empty goal. Syracuse had them, couldn't. Puck bounced over the backhand. There, Davis is able to pinch that in. Still has it. Can't get the shot off. Good job there, and the puck comes out, but Nowicki is able to dump that right back in. Bodies flying everywhere. Nowicki fires that off the boards, out to center ice. 1 minute remaining in regulation. Long shot here. Waterman stops it. Puck is deflected aside. Nowicki comes up with it temporarily. Now Davis and Bouguet is hustling after. Bouguet is able to fire that down, and it will be an icing. 42 seconds remaining. Score still 3-2. Steelers over St. Joe's with Sackball right now holding on the game winner, and a needed fresh set of skaters out there by the Steelers.
Might as well a huge breakdown on their own then, with Syracuse whiffing on the puck there. They're trying to take advantage of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Those are chances. You go up 4-2, the game's pretty much over. Siri's taking off the puck on his net, but it's deflected out to Crawford. Crawford tries to give it over to Sackpaw, looking for the Hattie, but he can't get away, so that's one more shot in. Shoots just over. 25 seconds remaining. Olsen now putting pressure on the puck, and he's taken down. Micah is going to pinch in and get it back to Olsen. There's Sackpaw in front of the net. Olsen takes a shot off the goal post. Crawford, the long shot, is deflected and stays in play. 5 seconds remaining, and that is going to do it. And a real solid effort here. You got to give St. Joe's a lot of credit credit, losing 6-1 at home last time against the Steelers. But Steelers are able to hang on and come up with a 3-2 victory over St. Joe's Marauders here the January 2nd, the first game of 2023. So good effort by both players. And here is, once again, alumni Simon Davis joining me on the broadcast. I really appreciate that. You did a real nice job, and you didn't even pick on your brother that much.
Not too much, no.
I also, once again, want to give some credit to Jason Kirkland, Devontae Kirkland, Dylan Millard, and, of course, my man Dylan Murphy, who made this all happen. I'm Shannon Davis.
I'm Simon Davis.
Yeah, I know. Along with me, Simon Davis, and as a Steelers 3-2 victory with Cam Sackball coming up with the game-winning goal tonight. So with that, we will be back on Saturday. On Saturday, the Steelers will be playing Cheektowaga, and that'll be at 6 p.m. Dunkirk Access will broadcast that Saturday night, and that will be actually the first game against Cheektowaga this season. We had some cancellations, so the only team I believe they haven't played in league so far. So we'll be here Saturday night, 6 p.m. Tune in and check out the Steelers trying to keep this undefeated season going.